Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Levine Governing Board meeting. We are going to begin. We start with roll call, please. Here.
Here. Here.
And if you could all please stand with me and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we need to start with the approval of the agenda for the evening. Do I have a motion?
Motion? Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And approval of the minutes for this evening from last board meeting?
Motion? Second?
Motion and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Dr. Sprout, Superintendent's report. I think we're going to start with our friends over here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I think we need the volume on these up, I think. It seems low. Thank you.
Thank you, President Berrigan. Normally, we save the classroom spotlight for our last aspect of the superintendent's report. We have our preschool students that have been here since around 4:30 tonight, getting ready, and so without making them wait any longer, we're going to introduce our principal of Desert Meadow School, J.P. Ketchum, in just a moment. The way this will work is we'll do our classroom spotlight, and then we're going to take a short break. If families kind of need of our preschoolers are free to stay, but if you also, it's been a long time in the room here, you can no worries if you need to move on. And so and then we'll rejoin the meeting. But with that, we will turn it over to Principal Ketchum.
Thank you, President Berrigan, Governing Board members, Dr. Sprout, and guests. We are so excited tonight to be here to showcase some of our amazing things happening in our pre-K classrooms. For the last 8 years, we've had the privilege of hosting several pre-K classrooms at Desert Meadows. And what makes our school and our district's pre-K programs a little different than others is that we have fully certified teachers in our programs, which means we have great and incredible learning happening in our classrooms each and every day. In fact, many of our pre-K kids are already reading by the time they reach kindergarten, which is outstanding. Tonight, you're going to see some of those 3, 4, and early 5-year-olds who are already reading. Ms. Coleman and Ms. Romero will give a brief overview of our program at Meadows, and then some of our incredibly cute and incredibly bright Bobcat Cub readers are going to demonstrate their impressive reading skills to you. I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. Ms. Coleman and Ms. Romero.
Hi, thank you so much for having us tonight. It brings us so much joy to show you guys that our 3, 4, and 5-year-olds are reading. As Mr. Ketchum said, I am Victoria Coleman, one of the Gen Ed preschool teachers at Desert Meadows.
Christina Romero, Gen Ed preschool teacher at Desert Meadows. So today we'll be introducing to you the 3 fundamentals we focus on in preschool, which are spalding, blending, and building.
So the first fundamental of reading is spalding. We do focus on 4 key components in our classrooms. The first is phonemic awareness, which focuses on identifying and manipulating sounds and words. Next, we start to focus on letter recognition, which introduces letters and their corresponding sounds. Then we start with early writing. So early writing practices letter formation. And last, we go into multisensory learning. So we're engaging multiple senses to reinforce learning. The best example I can give of this in our classrooms is ABC Bingo. So our students are hearing the letter, name, or sound being produced by their teacher. They're looking at the letter on their bingo card, and then they're finding their letter and placing a manipulative on it. So they're getting multiple senses within their learning.
So the second component is blending. So blending helps students combine individual sounds to form words. So the picture above that you see, we're using one of the most popular forms of blending, which is the final blending. So students blend the first two sounds together and then they snap it with the final letter sound. As in the picture on the bottom, you'll see that the students are using other popular forms of blending known as successive blending. So this is a form of blending where it stretches the word in a continuous flow of sounds.
And the final component is going to be building. So in the picture below, you'll see our students are using their knowledge of the individual letter sounds to build the word and then blend it. They're putting all the letter sounds together to say a complete word instead of just using 3 individual sounds. Building CVC words in preschool is an added addition to our coding that we do. So students are understanding the process of coding through a first, next, last sequence. So they understand ordering in preschool already, and that they carry that over into kinder.
So we're going to show you a brief video. So in the video, you will observe our students utilizing all 3 fundamental skills to achieve their end goal of reading a CVC word.
Okay, guys, today we're going to build words, and then we're going to blend them, okay? No, it's okay. Chance, go ahead and start. So go ahead and flip your cards over if you haven't already, and I want you guys to start building your word. Flip your card over, honey. And I want you guys to build your word. Yeah, how about your hand? There you go.
Yes.
What are you looking for? What letter is that?
I don't think.
Good girl. Find the D. Okay, are you done, Chance? All right, let's go ahead and blend that word for me. Start with the first letter sound. Loud, big boy voice.
Gum.
Good job. Are you done, Shoshana? Okay, let's blend your word. Try it again. You got it. Ha. There we go. Shoshana, or Alora.
No.
Try it again.
No.
Do you hear sm in the word? Let's listen to our sounds. G. Fog. Good girl. Are we ready? Let's find one more letter. What letter are we looking for? Okay. Which one's the D? This one or this one? That one's a B. Yep, you had it right the first time. Okay, let's go ahead and blend this word.
D.
Blend it again. D. Put your first 2 sounds together. Da. Da.
Dad.
Last sound. D. Da. D.
Dad.
There.
Okay, so I want to highlight a few things from the video. One thing that you might have noticed is we are using an activity with multisensory learning. So they are touching, they are looking, they're hearing. And we also provided both methods of blending for them. That gives them the option of what works best for them. You may have also noticed that the students leaned on context clues with the pictures. While we don't want to discredit that, that is a great ability to have furthering their learning. You'll notice we want to increase their reading skills. So I repeated their initial attempt and then I modeled for them how I would have done it so they can repeat and then carry with those skills by themselves individually when they have the chance to.
Okay, guys, today we're gonna build.
There we go. Awesome. So it's reading time. So I want to introduce our 8 preschoolers. We have Damien, Marie, Camille, and Evelyn from my classroom, and we have Chance, Jermaine, Alessandra, and Maya from Mr. Romero's classroom. Yeah, we're ready.
is Maya. This is Chance.
Hi, Karen.
This is Alessandra.
My name is Maya.
That's okay. You are getting them all right. Let's get the page. There we go. That was amazing. Good job. Give me some. What? You didn't get any word wrong at all. Perfect. 100%. You did so good. Do you know how to read when you went to preschool? And they teach you how to read? Which one's your teacher? Yeah, you're already reading. That's amazing. Here? Let's try how to read. Do you work on it just like in that?
You know what? My daughter is now a child, and she was in Mr. Mary's class.
Yeah, how they showed us on the video. There have these different letters.
She also had Miss Romero.
How to sound it out.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, great job. Really?
Oh, it is up there. I know, look, it's on the big board too. You see it up there?
You're ready. You're going to be awesome, Maya. You're ready for kindergarten. She
Got it. Nice job. Yeah, she's got something for them, but she'll call them back up. Oh, hi. You got two?
He wanted to read to another one.
That's all right. What is this?
I love that I was the what? I love that I was famous. You think you will?
They're like, yeah.
Got She didn't get a single word wrong.
Nice. How old are you?
Are you going to go to kindergarten this weekend?
You are. Are you going to go to Desert Meadows? I live in Desert Meadows, so that is my neighborhood.
Literally.
I drive by there every day.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
I don't like you.
Thank you so much. My girl was ready.
Principal Ketchum,
Okay.
we're going to do a picture. Can you bring everybody back, including the teachers?
I'm gonna just.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to know if the board members had any questions for us.
Any questions?
No.
Wonderful.
Awesome. I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to tell you guys thank you so much. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but we did start teaching and exploring Eureka Math in our classrooms as of March.
Wow.
So we're extremely excited to start that for a full school year in August.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Yep, round of applause. We'll take a picture.
Come on up, guys.
The what?
And parents, if you'd like to get a
Oh,
picture,
yeah.
please.
Did I miss it? Did they have art night? Has it already happened? Oh, I did walk over here then. You probably was here. Because they had stuff in the middle, right? Yeah, I came over here. Okay. Yeah, it was time.
I was already here for this championship game, so I just walked over during halftime. They were very
Okay, parents of our beautiful, brilliant preschoolers, thank you for sharing them with us this evening. Incredibly impressive. Teachers, you guys are doing a great job. The fact that they can read that smoothly this early is amazing. We'll go ahead and take a quick break now for those families who do want to depart. Dr. Sprout, did you want to add anything?
Just thank you to Ms. Coleman and Mr. Romero. We also have representatives from our preschool program, Ms. Tier, Ms. Martinez, and Ms. Moreno. If you would wave, they help with our preschool program as well. Just to remind the governing board, we have 8 tuition-based preschool programs in the district right now. I remember when we opened our very first ones, and it is the best preschool offering in the state. And parents, we thank you for getting your educational journey with your children started with us, and we hope they're all the way through 8th grade. So thank you, parents, for being here tonight, and great job to our students. And we'll And we're going to continue now with the superintendent's report. We're going to start this week. We're celebrating the incredible educators. And what I'm talking about is over 1,000 employees. Every one of them is an educator who inspire, encourage, and empower our students daily. Our staff's passion, creativity, and dedication make a lasting impact both in the classroom and beyond. Thank you to our staff for all you do. You are the heart of our schools and the heroes of our community. Happy Staff Appreciation Week. Let's give our staff a round of applause. We are thrilled to announce the appointment of Michelle Anderson to our governing board by Maricopa. Yeah. She was appointed by Maricopa County School Superintendent Shelley Boggs on May 6th and sworn in. Michelle previously served on the board and has made invaluable contributions to the success and growth of our school community and district. We welcome you back, bringing your 25 years of experience and a continued dedication to shaping the future of students here in Levine. So welcome back, Michelle. On April 21st, it was announced that Jennifer Gordon, our Director of Child Nutrition, is the School Nutrition Association's National Director of the Year for 2025. Congratulations, Jennifer. That is for the entire, come on forward. This is for, again, it is the national for the entire country of the United States of America, Child Nutrition Director of the Year. It comes from an organization that represents over 50,000 school nutrition professionals nationwide. Jennifer will be recognized at their annual national conference in San Antonio, Texas this summer. And tonight, we would like to present you, Jennifer, with a gift on behalf of the district that celebrates this outstanding accomplishment. What a credible tribute to her and her team. And so I know she always gives credit to them, but tonight's your night, Ms. Gordon. So that's it. By the way, well, we'll keep moving here. MC Cash Principal Nikki Goodwin was named April's Principal of the Month by Grand Canyon University. Dr. Cheryl Paul, Assistant Vice President of Academic Alliances, presented this well-deserved award to the cheers of the administrative team. It recognizes Ms. Goodwin's tremendous leadership skills on many levels since she was named principal in 2020. Please join me in celebrating Ms. Goodwin again this evening. And Ms. Goodwin, if you please come forward. Tonight, we celebrate our 2025 retirees and thank them for their years of dedicated service. As we celebrate each retiree, we ask that you come forward and accept a gift on behalf of the school district and the governing board. First, serving 33 years in education, Dr. Todd Leolius, Executive Director of Student Services. Next, celebrating 32 years in education, Socorro Acosta, Paseo Point Dual Language Academy kindergarten teacher. and district substitute teacher. She served another position as a guest teacher, instructional associate. Tammy Hadari, 6 years in education. Thanks to the generosity of our community, the Levine Education Foundation continues its mission of supporting students beyond their time in the Levine Elementary School District. Each year, the foundation provides post-secondary scholarships to former Levine Elementary School District students promoted from 8th grade. This year, we are proud to support 8 Levine Elementary School District alumni as they pursue their education at institutions across the United States. Please join me in congratulating first Mariah Avendano, who will be attending Arizona State University studying medicine. Next, studying architectural studies at Arizona State University, Stevie Ball. Studying biomedical engineering at the University of Arizona, Alexander Ewell. Studying electrical engineering at the University of Arizona, William Garris. So that's 1, 2, 2 for ASU, 3 for ASU, 2 for U of A so far, if you're keeping track. Next, studying nursing at Arizona State University, Isabel Torres. Receiving the Lisa Sandomir scholarship from attending Duke University in Computer Science, Charles Mata. Receiving the Lisa Sandomir Memorial Scholarship, attending Northern Arizona University, studying biology, Julian Pilar. To let the audience know, this is a 4-year college scholarship for each student, so 8 semesters we are committing to our former alumni, and we are so proud of them. Did I skip one? Oh, I got one more to go. Is Edrin here? Yeah. Okay. Let me back up here. Sorry. Studying another Arizona State University, studying psychology, Edrin Puchalski.
Here we go. Okay. All right, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Last one in 3, 2. Perfect. Thank you. Hold on.
Also here tonight, one of our scholarship recipients is graduating next week from ASU. Ariana Ewell, congratulations. Way to go. For the 11th year in a row, Levine has received the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting from the from the Association of School Business Officials International. Thanks to our entire business operations team, the district has again met the ASBO criteria of excellence in reporting. Let's give that team a round of applause. On May 1st, we proudly recognized and celebrated the dedicated leaders who guide our schools, support our staff, and inspire our students daily. Join us in giving a big thank you to the incredible principals of the Levine School District. And as my final gift to you, I will not make you come up to the front. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Except for Ms. Goodwin. So I'm just going to say everyone's name to recognize them. Jessica E. Pax at Vista del Sur Accelerated Academy, Melissa Garcia, Levine Elementary, Nikki Goodwin, MC Cash Elementary, Dr. Caitlin Grikarowicz, Rogers Ranch STEM Academy, J.P. Ketchum, Principal at Desert Meadows Elementary, Aaron Liebisch, Estrella Foothills Global Academy, Christy Pashley, Cheatham Elementary, John Roloff, Paseo Point Dual Language Academy, and Francine Tate, Trailside Point Performing Arts Academy, the best 9 principals right here in the state of Arizona. Let's give them a round of applause. And I also want to remind the board that after 16 years of service to our school district, Ms. Pashley will be making a move up north to the Humboldt School District. And we know that she's going to do great work up there. But Chrissy, thank you for everything you've done all these years in Levine. So thank you. We the People is a national social studies program that covers the history and principles of constitutional democracy in the United States. At Cheatham Elementary, We the People culminates with simulated congressional hearings where students testified before a panel of judges acting as members of Congress. In addition to state competitions across the country, there are national finals and a national invitational every spring for high school and middle school students in Washington, D.C. Tonight, we congratulate Mr. Michael Dees, Cheatham Elementary social studies teacher, for being selected as one of the judges for this year's national competition. Please welcome Mr. Dees, along with 3 of his students, Camila Soto, Priscilla Vargas Ulloa, and Amari Williams, to be recognized for this distinction. Mr. Dees and students. The Superintendent's Math All-Stars Club has wrapped up the 24-25 season. Back in September, I challenged 3rd and 4th grade students in my club, which is every 3rd and 4th grade student, I might add, to reach a goal of 1 million extra minutes of math practice. I am pleased to announce that we surpassed that goal, and this year students completed 1,103,854 minutes district-wide. So great job to our 3rd and 4th grade students. And we have our top students for earning the most minutes for 24-25. In 3rd place with 6,764 minutes from Vista del Sur Accelerated Academy, Janie Doe. Completing 7,227 minutes from Desert Meadows, Leah Galinas Esparza. And completing 9,576 minutes from Estrella Foothills Global Academy, Davin Vo. Last night, we hosted our annual Science and Engineering Fair. Judges selected a first, second, third, and third place winner from each grade level in grades 5 through 8. Tonight, we're recognizing the top students from each grade level. We are going to start with 5th grade from Vista del Sur Accelerated Academy, Shri Srikanth and Isha Prabhakaran. If you would please come forward. In 6th grade, first place from Desert Meadows School, Sarah Ortiz Vargas, Liliana Garcia, and Diana Esparza Ariano. In 7th grade, from Trailside Point Performing Arts Academy, and the overall winners are future biomedical engineers, Giovanni Fuentes and Marcelo Fernandez, who again were our overall winners for the entire district. Congratulations. And our top students from 8th grade from Rogers Ranch STEM Academy, Brady Harmon and Michael Pilger. The annual Levine Legends event was held on Wednesday, April 30th, here at the Levine Education Center. 11 new Levine Legends were celebrated during the gala event, which included award recipients and their families, administrators, and teachers from all 9 schools, and 12 different event business sponsors. Guests enjoyed dinner from Mimi Forno Italiano, served by student table hosts from Desert Meadows School. Other highlights included a string quartet from Trailside Point Performing Arts Academy, beverage hosts from Rogers Ranch STEM Academy, Melanie Sprout winning the silent auction, raffle prizes, and again, the silent auction. Special thanks to governing board members Jennifer Getsky and Mikkel Bell for speaking, and to our entire communication teams for presenting a wonderfully upgraded event that raised $5,000 for those college scholarships we just talked about. So thank you and congratulations. Last Friday, the South Mountain Levine Chamber of Commerce hosted their first annual golf tournament benefiting the Levine Education Foundation. It was at Aguila Golf Course here in Levine. Do you know anyone that played in that?
I do. He
Yeah,
probably didn't
all right.
play well, but I know him.
You can ask Mr. Thomas later. A full field of 128 golfers with more than 25 sponsors participated. $15,000 was raised for the Levine Education Foundation. Congratulations to everyone involved, and especially we thank our local Chamber of Commerce who have become staunch supporters of our community engagement activities. We look forward to April 17th, 2026 for our second annual event. So nice job. Not sure how this one got in here. Seeing that our school communications team has control of this slide deck, but I do want to recognize those last 2 events were overseen by an outstanding team. And School Communicators Day is celebrated annually on the second Friday in May by the National School Public Relations Association. It recognizes and appreciates the work of our school communicators, those who help shape, share, and manage a school district's messages. In 2025, School Communicators Day is tomorrow. Gift cards of high amounts are the most common and most appropriate gifts.
No, absolutely not.
I'm going to just stop reading right here. But our communications team, made up of Dr. Robert Kaplinger, Mike Gowell, Julie Starkey, if you would just wave, Jessica Bagazzo, and Adi Leal Delgado. They do an outstanding job, so thank you.
Amazing.
At the end of April, the district's girls basketball and the flag football championships were decided. After a hard-fought game against Cheatham, Vista Del Sur's flag football team was victorious in the title game at the David Glasser Athletic Complex. Congratulations, Vista. Cesar Chavez High School hosted the Final Four for girls basketball, and after 2 challenging semifinal games, Vista Del Sur and Paseo Point met for the championship, and after a defensive struggle, Paseo Point finished an undefeated season with their second straight girls basketball title after a 1-point win in the final. So congratulations to Paseo. On Saturday, April 26th, 6th through 8th grade students from Vista Del Sur Accelerated Academy and Rogers Ranch STEM Academy participated in the Mesa Day competition at Phoenix College. MESA stands for Mathematics, Engineering, Science Achievement. Middle school and high school students enrolled in MESA, and they brought teams to present their design in response to engineering design challenges provided by the MESA Arizona crew. Individual awards were presented, and we would like to recognize Vista Del Sur for placing second overall in the middle school category. So congratulations. Throughout the school year, students in Desert Meadows participated in Paw to Paw, which pairs older students with younger students to support academic achievement. On April 4th, 8th grade students were paired with pre-K students to assist in teaching sequencing by using algorithms and hands-on coding activities, what we just saw. 8th grade students helped their friends program a race car to move through an obstacle course using arrows and picture cards, developing valuable critical thinking and problem-solving skills. April was National Pickle Month, in case you didn't know, and Paseo Point Dual Language Academy 5th graders participated in a clinic by USA Pickleball on April 22nd. Students had the chance to interact with National Pickleball staff in different clinics. The school received a grant of pickleball equipment to continue fostering the sport's growth, and I was not allowed to play. Next year. 8th grade students from MC Cash traveled to the University of Arizona in Tucson. This was a great opportunity. They received a campus tour, ate in the student union, explored science and engineering labs, and sat in on a college class. These 8th graders have toured all 4 Arizona universities as part of Cash's College and Career Pathways program. Nice. April 24th, the district hosted its 3rd annual celebration of art, representing 488 student artists across all schools. This year marked our largest art show to date, with over 250 families attending. As you can see on the walls that are adorned with vibrant paintings, detailed drawings, imaginative mixed media pieces, and more, each telling a unique story and showcasing the incredible artistic abilities of our students and instructional talents of our teachers. Let's give them a round of applause. On Thursday, May 1st, Rogers Ranch STEM Academy hosted its 3rd annual STEM Career Day. The day was filled with presentations from 37 volunteers working in the STEM field. Students participated in hands-on activities and had the opportunity to ask questions. Later that evening, they hosted their science and engineering fair and a Lego robotics competition against the Arizona Science Center, with students from Bioscience High School as the referees. Rogers Ranch, of course, came out on top in the competition and was presented with medals created by bioscience students using a laser cutter. Finally, 2nd grade students programmed Dash and Dots robots competed in challenges and taught families how to use them as they visited their station. Nice job, Rogers Ranch. Our students had a blast celebrating National School Breakfast Week, March 3rd through 7th. This year's theme was Clue In to School Breakfast, and the cafeteria staff created decorations that made the cafeterias look mysterious and fun. All week long, students were given stickers to redeem for free 100% juice slushes at lunch when they participated in breakfast. School breakfast participation increased by 34% that week, with over 14,000 healthy breakfasts served to students. On April 3rd, the annual Special Olympics field and track competition was hosted at the Raymond Kellis High School, which was a tremendous success. The event was bursting with energy, determination, and heart. The incredible athletes and dedicated coaches gave it their all, showing true teamwork and sportsmanship in every event. We could not be prouder of their efforts and achievements. Paseo Point Dual Language Academy teacher Ms. Phillips was surprised by Nico from 94.5 with $1,000 for band supplies for her class. She was nominated for her dedication to her students to empower excellence in music instruction. 37 countries were represented at this year's 4th annual World's Fair at Estrella Foothills Global Academy. Throughout the year, students at EFGA have done an incredible job researching and learning about their classroom's designated country. Students' research topics include agriculture, technological innovations, world issues, food and beverages, arts, and craftsmanship, and important people. These categories support EFGA and the International Baccalaureate's mission to help them understand and develop their role, relationships, and impact on the world around them within a global context. All teachers are involved in making this the biggest event of the year at Estrella Foothills Global Academy. Congratulations, EFGA. The Levine Developmental Preschool Program celebrated the Week of the Young Child on April 9th with a foam party. The Week of the Young Child annually highlights early learning, young children, their teachers, and their families. Over 100 students and families enjoyed the beautiful weather, music, foam, and fun. This event was made possible through our tax credit donation program. On April 11th, the district hosted a staff softball tournament. The tournament had representation from every school, and congratulations to Estrella Foothills Global Academy for winning the tournament. None of the schools clapped except for EFGA and the other administrators, but it was a tightly fought tournament, While only staff members were allowed to play, we did encourage family and friends to come out and cheer on their team, enjoy a grilled burger or hot dog, and the camaraderie. We had over 200 people in attendance, and a great time was had by all. We had a couple of governing board, well, 3 of you were there. I think 2 board members somehow made it onto teams, and so it was a wonderful evening. We wrap up our superintendent's report tonight with our celebration of our Employees of the Month. We'll start with Monica Gallo, resource teacher at Levine Elementary School. Ms. Gallo not only makes it a point to know her students' academic abilities, but also makes it a point to know and understand everything about the students with whom she works. She knows their interests, families, and skills. She sees her students' potential and works to build authentic relationships to bring out the best in them. Ms. Gallo is willing to do anything needed to support the students and staff at Levine Elementary School, and in true Ms. Gallo fashion, she does it with a gracious smile and humility. We genuinely appreciate her dedication and, above all, her can-do attitude. Thanks, Ms. Gallo, for everything you do for the Levine community.
There's not a lot I can say that wasn't just said, but I will tell you that Monica is probably one of the most empathetic, heartfelt teachers I have ever had the pleasure to work with. But in addition to that, she is a fierce advocate for her students, and they are so very lucky to have her in their corner. She works so hard every day and holds those students to high expectations no matter what barriers that they're facing, and we just really love having her every day on our campus.
I remember when we first met. You do too, right? It was one of my greatest joys is recruiting excellent teachers from our neighboring districts. Congratulations on past student service.
Our classified employee of the month is Amanda Guillen, school guest teacher at Trailside Point Performing Arts Academy. Ms. Guillen has proven to be an invaluable part of the Trailside Point Performing Arts Academy staff. She was always prepared and ready for work. That work could be subbing in a kindergarten, an 8th grade classroom, or anywhere else on campus. Ms. Guillen understands the importance of being reliable and continuously strives to be someone on whom her colleagues can depend. On top of her regular job covering classrooms, you'll find Ms. Guillen helping coach the after-school cheer team. Thank you, Ms. Guillen, for always being willing to step in when there's a need. Congratulations.
Okay, and we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and one last one, 3, 2.
Hold on.
Like everything that was said, just 10 times, Amanda is very deserving of this recognition. She wears many hats. This year alone, she started the year in kindergarten and was in 8th grade. So we are so grateful to have Amanda at Trailside. She is just a blessing to our staff and our students and our community, and we're lucky to have you.
That was a world record long superintendent's update. But what I want to assure you is what it also reflects is the incredible staff, students, and community that we have. Everyone has been working very hard in this final month of the school year, and so what you saw was a culmination of a year's worth of work. And quite honestly, this room will also be empty for our June governing board meeting. So this is our last big meeting of the year. So thank you for allowing us to celebrate our community here in Levine. We do have upcoming events that you can see here. Our Native American Pack End of the Year celebration. 8th grade promotions are next week, the week after next. And then our last day of school is the 21st. As we wrap up the superintendent's report, I would like to say a special thank you to those who helped run this meeting. That would be Butch, Eddie, Butch in the back, Eddie over there, Richard hiding out in the closet over there. Well, and Shayla, who is our plant manager here at the Levine Education Center. Elsa, thank you for setting up all of this and running our board meetings as board secretary and all the work that you do behind the scenes, and Robert as well. And I'd also like to thank the council team that helps to build our agendas and make sure that we are taking care of the business that we take care of here in our board meetings. At this point, we will now take a break, and thank you for being here tonight, and we appreciate your support, and have a wonderful evening.
Okay, we will go ahead and get started again. We are going to have a presentation on school number 10, which I believe is Mrs. Camacho and Mr. Martin jointly, starting with Mrs. Camacho.
Perfect.
Come on up.
Thank you. President Berrigan, members of the board, Dr. Sprout, and guests, thank you for the opportunity this evening to provide an update on School 10. Tonight we are going to be looking at the proposed school name, the signature program, colors, and mascot, and then I'm going to be handing it over to Charlie Martin, who's going to go through the school design, and then we'll both stand for questions at the end. So knowing that our signature program is really become the foundation of our schools, we were really looking at what are we going to do for School 10. So we started with looking what we already have as our options of our other 9 schools and really thinking about what does our community want from our next signature program. And so we actually looked at an open enrollment participation report through ADE, which allows us to see our Levine families who live in the Levine boundaries, but they choose to take their students to charter schools. So what you have in front of you is a list of charter schools. We do have a few that are represented at the online schools and the ones where we just have a handful of students. This is where the majority of our students go over the last 3 years. Where are our students choosing to go when they choose not to choose the Levine Elementary School District? From there, I went into each and every one of those websites and began to do a little research. I was looking for trends. Is there something that we're not offering already in our current 9 offerings? Or is this just a parent choice that they're saying thank you, but no thank you? You'll notice that I have some red highlights. So I found a trend analysis going through each one of the highlighted school or schools. You'll notice that they all have a traditional model. Looking at the math between 23 and 24 school year, you'll notice that there's 913 students that live here in the Levine boundaries that have chosen a traditional model and have not brought their kids to one of our schools. So looking at that data and looking at the community, what they're asking for from us, we are proposing that School 10 become the Levine Traditional Academy. Really honing in on taking, we hope to bring those kids back, but we also hope that the incoming kindergarten and first grade parents don't need to look outside of our offerings, that we'll already have that for them here within our district boundaries. And we also know that we'll do it better, right? We know that in the end. And so we are looking at opening up the Levine Traditional Academy at the 26-26 school year. We are also planning preschool through 8th grade from the first year. So we are planning on opening up a full school on year 1. And this school, it will actually be open to all students. Some of our schools you need to test in or have different entry requirements. This school is something that we are looking at what we're missing and looking at what the other schools are offering. This is something that all students would be able to attend if their parents make that choice for them. The Levine Traditional Academy core principles, really understanding what traditional means. As we went in and did some of that research, we realized that there's really 2 definitions of traditional school. One can be a more traditional rote learning, and another one uses a lot of the language of classical education, which leans more into the inquiry-based learning. And so our traditional school will lean into that classical education, which is the inquiry-based process of learning. Another key feature will be partnering with parents will be a key piece into this program. In addition to that, having high expectations for ourselves as well as for our students, and then having a civic and career readiness, which I'll get into in the next slide. So our instructional focus, as already mentioned, will be inquiry-based. We are looking at accelerating math by 1 grade level ahead. In addition to that, some of you may be familiar with Paseo Point, where we have a biliteracy seal that can go on a high school diploma in Arizona. Well, there's also a civics literacy seal that can go onto a high school diploma. So this program will feed into that, providing opportunities for our students to be ready for that seal as they move into high school. And then in addition to that, I'm looking at our careers of the future. So supporting not only our students, but our parents as they have an opportunity to explore those options and making sure our kids are ready and well-versed in their options. We are looking at logo, mascot, and colors. You can see a very, very traditional approach here. We have red, white, and blue. We have our eagle, but also note that this is just a draft. We are looking for community input on this. And so this is something that we are looking at right now, but it's not something that we have brought out to our community until this evening, and it's something we would like their input on. So what does that look like? Tonight is a presentation providing the information to our community and to our board. We will be asking in June for you guys to vote on the school name and our program so that we can get that concept out to our families. In June, after that has been approved, we'll go out and send out interest forms to our community of which parents would be interested in School 10. Of our parents that choose, that they say that they may want to enroll their child, we'll follow up with asking them for school colors and mascots and getting their input and buy-in on that. And then that will come back in the August governing board member meeting for colors and mascot after we've had an opportunity to get more input from our community. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Charlie, who's going to go into the design of the school.
Thank you. Ms. Camacho gave a lot of great information about the programming at the school, and we also wanted to give you an initial look at the physical space for school number 10. So we are still in the permitting process through the city. There'll be a much more thorough review of floor plans and interior classrooms and things once we're through that process. So this will be kind of a high-level initial overview of the design. What we're looking at on this first slide here is the main entrance into the school. You'll notice it's similar to some of our other campuses, but we do have a feature that will provide some shade to the front of the school, and that's something that is part of our building standards for all schools going forward, and we'll be looking at adding shade to other schools in the future. Before going more into the layout of the school itself, I want to make sure everyone remembers where School 10 falls within the district. And so the bright green rectangle on this slide is the school site, just a little bit east of the 202, south of Dobbins Road off of 59th Avenue. And I think from this building about a mile west as the crow flies. So that's the site that we're looking at here. On that site, this is where the school will be located. So the western portion of the property will be play fields, basketball courts, and the recreation space. The eastern half of the property will be the actual school building and parking, bus access, things like that. And the top shows how parents will access the site, and I'll talk a little bit more about the individual pieces of the site on the next slide. This next slide is a bit zoomed in of that same overview, giving you a 3D look at what the school site will look like. Starting in the top left where that number 1 is, that's the beginning of the parent pickup line that'll come off of 59th Avenue. It goes all the way across the school site, makes a wide turn just before 57th Avenue, and then doubles back in front of the school. So that allows for plenty of room for cars to queue without backing up on onto 59th Avenue or other city streets. That parent pickup line ends right at that number 2 in the middle of the graphic here. That number 2 is right next to the front view that was on the previous slide. So that would be the main entrance into the campus. And from that main entrance, the entire horseshoe-shaped building on the right east side of the property, or the right side of the picture here, will be all of the classrooms. A 2-story building with the lower grade levels on the bottom floor and the higher grade levels on the upper floor. And if you follow that horseshoe around to the far side, or the opposite side of the main entrance where number 4 is, those will be slightly larger classrooms that are meant for special areas, and we'll actually have some garage-style roll-up doors into the courtyard for evening events and some other opportunities to take advantage of the courtyard space at this school. The number 3 in the middle of the layout here is marking stairs that walk up to the library. So the library itself, very similar to EFGA and Paseo Point, where it's on the 2nd story. But at this school, we'll have wide stairs that walk up to that library and provide access to it there, and could also be used as a spot to kind of stage students for a performance or use it as kind of a collaborative space within the school. Going to the west side of the property, number 5, again, that's where the recreation space and fields will be. And the number 6 at the bottom of this graphic shows how the buses will access the school on the opposite side of the parents. There's also dumpsters over there and access for things like deliveries. The 2 buildings on the west side of the school campus itself will be the gym, music, and band on top, and then the cafeteria on the bottom. And there'll be a walkway between those to access the recreation space. So that number 3 I mentioned is the stairs that walk up to the library on the second floor. And this next image shows from that spot looking out onto the campus, so kind of gives you a feel for what the entire courtyard looks like, and just another 3D view of what the school will look like. So that's a pretty quick initial review of the design for school number 10. As I mentioned, we'll go into much more detail once we get a little bit further in the process and are through the permit review with the city. We also have tonight on the governing board agenda our guaranteed maximum price contract for construction of this school with Core Construction. I think we have a few guests from Core joining us tonight. And so we're very excited to kick this process off and start to level the site in the next month or so and begin construction later in the summer once we get our state funding from the School Facilities Oversight Board. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions about the design of the school, and I'm sure Ms. Camacho about the program.
Thank you both for the presentation. That was helpful. It's great to start to see what this is going to eventually look like, and obviously very exciting time for us. I was glad to hear that Core was selected. They are an excellent partner. They understand what needs to happen when a school is being built. They've built many schools, so thank you guys for being here and for, I know, being partners with us on this. Any questions or other comments from other board members? Yes, go for it.
When you say that you're looking for community input, does that mean all parents who already have kids students in the district will get an email saying, we're going to have another school, would you be interested?
So we'll be sending out community-wide information, asking them if they're interested in enrolling. So even potentially students, like kindergarten students that aren't currently enrolled. So we'll look at a community-wide piece. And then of the parents who say they're interested, then we will follow up with just those parents on colors and mascots.
Is that like a flyer in the mail when you say community input?
Well, we'll work with Robert on what that looks like, but it will be a canvassing of the community.
Oh, okay. And then I saw pre-K play space, I saw kinder play space, and upper elementary play space. Where will the lower elementary play space be on that map?
Sure, let me go back a few slides. So the upper grades play space will be on the west side of the property, kind of over by the basketball courts and fields. In the middle of the horseshoe and just north of the academic building will be the play space for the younger kids, for pre-K and kinder. So the preschool itself will actually have a separate entrance just a little bit closer to 57th Avenue from the main entrance to the school. And then we'll have the play space kind of in between the academic buildings there as well.
Okay.
So I was clarifying, so upper elementary means everyone above kindergarten?
Right.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
the older kids will go to the right.
We're Vista parents, so we only know the two separate areas, and that's it.
Got
Okay,
it.
that makes sense. I was thinking that was like, what is it, 5th, 6th, and 7th over, okay.
Got it.
Got it. I think it's great. And the view, I know the librarian at EFGA, like kind of when I went into view, she was like, I have the best job in Levine, and like this one's going to be second. So we have a lot of competition for this librarian job over here. But no, I think it's beautiful.
Any other comments or questions?
I love how you looked at all those, I love that list of the charter schools in the area. You looked at, what was drawing people to the charter schools. And I think that's really important, even though traditional academy maybe doesn't, draw certain families, there is clearly a very large need. And I think that's amazing because our district will definitely do it best.
I agree.
I think that's really important though. I love that that's what you looked at.
Thank you. It was a team effort. It was all the council.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to take credit. It was a team effort.
Ms. Anderson, anything? No?
All great.
All great. Okay. I feel like Dr. Sprout has something to say. No, he does
No,
not.
I love
Okay.
the eagle mascot.
Thank you, guys. And now Mr. Martin for the equally exciting revised budget number 2, I think this should say. Should be did we not revise one in December? Were we within the threshold?
We were within the 1%.
Lucky
so
you.
No, this is the first and only revision.
Okay.
And then I'll do my best to make this as exciting as a new school with beautiful new facilities.
You're going to have to do cartwheels then.
All right, a little bit less exciting. President Berrigan, members of the board, Dr. Sprout, I have a brief presentation tonight on our first and only budget revision for this school year and some information about what went into that budget revision. I want to give a little bit of background first on our budget process for the current 24-25 school year. So this started way back in June of 2024. We first proposed a budget for this school year. That budget was adopted about a month later in July, and now this will be our one and only revision to that budget for this school year. School districts are required to revise their budgets in December if the Department of Education calculates that their budget is more than 1% different than what the department calculates based on students that are actually enrolled, but we were fortunate not to be in that situation this year, and so this is our only revision. The revised budget that's on the agenda tonight incorporates a few changes compared to what we assumed back in June of last year. When we build our budget, we're making assumptions about how many students we'll be serving that year. The number of students enrolled is the most important determinant in state funding and budget capacity for school districts. And so this revision incorporates that we had more students here in the way that the state funds them than what we assumed in the budget. So what's called weighted average daily membership was 1.3% higher than we thought it would be in June of last year. Our unweighted average daily membership, or what's sort of head count, student count, was very close to what we assumed. It was actually within 10 students of what we assumed, which I don't think we'll ever get that close again, but 0.1% lower. And then some of the students that the state formula provides add-on funding for that have certain special education needs ended up being 7.6% higher than we expected. And so combining all of that together, the average daily membership or student count that we're funded for was 1.3% higher than we projected in the summer. Two other things that are incorporated into this revision. Our budget was proposed in early June last year, and the state had not finalized their budget at that point in time. And so once the state budget was finalized, it included some one-time funding that we did not assume when our budget was proposed and adopted. So that one-time funding is incorporated into this revision. And also our fund balances were a bit higher at the end of the year last year than we expected when the budget was proposed and adopted. So that higher fund balance is incorporated into this revision as well. Taking those changes into account and also looking at our spending year to date, we project that we'll end the year with a maintenance and operations fund balance of $8.4 million and an unrestricted capital fund balance of $16 million. On the M&O side, that represents an increase over our fund balance from last year. On the capital side, that's a decrease compared to where we were last year or where we began the year, and that's mainly tied to our land purchase back in December. That was our biggest capital expenditure this year. So those are projections for those funds, but we will have our final financial numbers in a few months. The fiscal year will end a little bit less than 2 months from now. On October 2nd, our annual financial report, which is an unaudited financial summary of the year, will be on the governing board agenda for approval. And then a few months after that, our third-party audit looking at our finances for the year will be on the governing board agenda for approval. That'll be in February of 2026. So right now, we're revising our budget for the 24-25 school year. We'll be finalizing our financial reporting for the current school year in October and February. But just 1 month from now, we'll be beginning this whole process for the 25-26 school year with our first proposed budget for next year. So the school years overlap a little bit in the financial reporting world, and we're almost done with the current year, but just about to start the next year already. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions about the revised budget.
That was almost as exciting.
I tried.
You tried. Yeah, great work. We appreciate you taking care of these pieces that are important to ensure that we have the maximum capacity allowable for our district. And October will be here before we know it. So, any questions, comments on the budget? Okay, thank you, Mr. Martin. Moving right along. Okay, we are on to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion? Oh, go.
She got Okay, it's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Dr. Sprout, I think you have an item on admin? Yeah, go for it.
Yes, thank you, President Berrigan. As was mentioned in our presentation tonight, school number 10 will open in the 26-27 school year. I'm excited to announce tonight that our principal of school number 10 will be J.P. Ketchum. So congratulations. So what that means is in January of 26, he will be moving into more of a planning principal role. He will still be at the Desert Meadows campus, but we are going to name a new principal tonight that will start in January of 26 at Desert Meadows School. She's a former teacher at Desert Meadows, instructional coach at Desert Meadows. She's the current assistant principal, and her parents are here, and they're very proud. We're all very proud to announce that Natasha Perez will be the next principal at Desert Meadows School. So congratulations. And her sons are here too. So, it's wonderful to see. We're committed to opportunities for advancement, and in every position Natasha has held, she has excelled. And so we'll have a great transition at the first half of the year of her and Mr. Ketchum working together, and then she will take over in January 26th.
Excellent. Congratulations, JP. That's going to be great. And congratulations, Natasha. Will you introduce your family to us, please? Stand up. Stand up, please.
This is my son, Kyle, and this is Sane, and my mom, Eleanor.
Awesome. Okay. Excellent. Moving on, we have our first action item, support staff notices of indefinite term appointment. Do I have a motion? Second. Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Next is the administrative contracts for principals. I like to motion this one, so I'm making this motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Revised class, yeah, go ahead. Revised classified summer school pay rates. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Next is the revised budget number 1 that Mr. Martin presented to us on. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And then the GMP contract for the construction of school number 10. I'm just going to say, I remember when we built Rogers Ranch and it was like $8 million. The prices have gone up. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Next, the land purchase agreement for the Arizona Department of Transportation for school number 11 in the future. Moving along.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And then finally, two more things, sorry. 2026 Arizona School Board Legislative Committee recommendations. And we have ASBA's Legislative Committee recommendations. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Am I getting a note? No, okay. Motion and seconded. Did I ask for discussion yet? Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, and then policy revisions, we're just doing the first read tonight. So normally we'll do the option to waive the second read and put them through now, but we're just going to do the first read tonight. We'll bring it back for a second read. So do I have a motion for the first read?
Motion. Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then finally, comments from the board, starting with our newest
Maybe I want to change
/ second oldest board member. Miss Anderson, welcome back.
Hey, thanks. So, yeah, it is so great to be back. I clearly have a deep passion for just education in this for this community, so I'm honored to be able to continue to serve on this board and to just be able to recognize all of you guys, and how great to be able to start the school year with you guys and end the school year. So just a huge thank you to all of the teachers for all of your work through this whole school year. Even being able to, not even being on the board, came to bring some of my coworkers to tour EFGA, and so to be able to see the great work that your teachers are doing there as well was just phenomenal. So I am so appreciative of that, just continue the great work. And then I also just wanted to give a shout out to just a community partner. So just recently, Spooktacular celebrated 15 years, and so just wanted to give them, Nindy and his team, just a huge kudos and just appreciate their partnership with the Levine School District. I remember back when my kids were attending school, like they were so excited to bring $1 or $2 to have a scoop of ice cream at lunchtime from Spooktacular. So they've done some really great things. I just wanted to give a huge community partner shout out to them as well. So.
Thank you. Mrs. Bell.
Well, I want to say welcome, Michelle, and I'm glad that you're there, so I'm not first. This was a great meeting. Sorry if I kept yawning. I'm not tired, but the yawn won't stop. I wanted to say congratulations to Jennifer Gordon. I saw her at TJ Maxx today. We were shopping, and I said, "Will I see you tonight at the board meeting?" She said, "Yeah." And no.
Now you know why.
For sure why she will be recognized. So congratulations. And happy retirement to everybody too. Congratulations to Natasha and JP. Those schools are in great hands. And then I wanted to say thank you to Jamie and Charlie's teams. Everything you guys presented, thank you so much. I'm so glad there's experts there doing this important work. And happy last few days of school to everybody. Good job, like you said. Thank you to all the teachers. And I love how Dr. Sprout said everybody on campus is a teacher. So thank you to everybody who has watched our kids and kept them safe and learning and just growing through the whole year. Thank you guys so much, and have a great last few days, and I hope you get some rest in the summer, even if it's just a little. I hope you have a great few days of summer.
Thank you. Mrs. Getzky.
Ditto and ditto.
Okay.
As a parent, I don't know that I'm excited that summer's coming, but I'm really excited for you guys that summer's coming. I've talked to multiple parents, and we're just not ready. This school year went so fast. It was such an amazing school year. Being on the board and having these monthly meetings makes the school year even go twice as fast. But thank you to the communications team. The Levine Legends was so much fun. I will never miss that in the future if I'm invited, because it was I thought it was so fun. And it was nice to see everybody in a different environment too, just to sit, and also for Mimi's for the food, because it was really amazing too. And for Mrs. Sprout outbidding everybody. The pocketbook was heavy that night, probably for Dr. Sprout.
Much lighter now.
Well, you're right, yes. He swiped his card multiple times that night for being outbid, so yes, thank you for that. Lots of money went to our Levine students for the future, but it was all in good fun. We had a great time.
So Jennifer was my spy on Sarah Zambruski, and
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not on the record, right? Because I don't think that was true. Just kidding. No, it was again, thank you for everything you've done throughout the school year. I know that summer is going to fly right by, and we will be right back here in August doing the same song and dance. It's just my favorite night of the month. So thank you for having me again, and welcome back.
Thank you. Yes, welcome back, Mrs. Anderson. I just want to share my appreciation with Superintendent Boggs for coming to our board meeting, seeing what this district is about, and providing us with another board member who understands, what we're trying to achieve here. So appreciate her doing that. Hearing tonight, Nikki, and how long she's been principal has reminded me, that Lisa has been gone for a while now. And hearing the gifts that were given for the scholarships for those students and being reminded that her family gave that great gift of hers to be able to live on into the future and remind us of the amazing things that she did for this district. And then finally, you all are amazing for 1,000 different reasons, and every year just seems to go faster and faster, but appreciate everything you've done this school year, and appreciate all the planning and efforts that go into preparing ourselves for another school year coming up, because it will also be here before we know it. So thank you all. Our next board meeting will be on June 12th, right here. We're going to bump it up to 4 p.m., get home a little sooner, and we need to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a motion?
Yeah.
I was like, come on, guys. Motion and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Good night, friends.